What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. This is a story time from our last trip to Thailand, and we have a lot to share with you guys. So KK is gonna kind of kick us off and start to tell you guys about some of the things that we've experienced during this trip. And make sure if you haven't watched that video already, you go ahead to the channel and check that video out. So KK.
What's up, guys? So I know a lot of you been watching our snaps on IG stories and WhatsApp, and then if you haven't been watching, then you will just be hearing about everything now. But most people, well, a lot of you guys have been waiting on the story time because it's really good. Like, it was a lot of juicy stuff going on. Like, we had a trip of a lifetime, and then we had a crazy trip at the same time. You know, two things could be true at the same time, and that was a trip of a lifetime with crazy stuff going on. So, to start off our trip, y'all, the first unbelievably crazy thing was, y'all, before we reached to our destination, which is Bangkok, we left Miami to Doha to Bangkok as the final destination. Doha was basically a layover, y'all. Before we even reach on the trip, I lost my wallet with my credit card, my debit card, and my cash. Before we even reach. And guess how I discovered it? Like, I don't know, like just randomly, like we landed in Doha and it was like a short layover, maybe like 4 hours or something like that.
6 hours.
6 hours. You're in the middle of the flight. I was like sleeping. Like a random thought came to me, like, where's my wallet? I don't even know, because I didn't even realize that I lost my wallet at that point. And I just started digging up in my purse, looking under the seats because it wasn't in my purse. I was certain that it maybe, you know, like how you put your purse under the seat. I was certain that somehow this wallet fell under the seat. So y'all, Sophie next to me, and she like basically sleeping, like kind of sort of, because remember now, this flight was a 6 hour flight to Bangkok. So I was like just moving up and down. So she get up, like, I mean, and she obviously, if someone like in the plane, like, you know, it's tight. We ain't in first class, y'all, so you can feel if someone breathed next to you, basically, and he got of me. But I just was moving up and down. So she, like, it kind of make her alarm to see like what's going on with me. So she's like, what happened? And I was like, I can't find my wallet.
Oh my God!
And she was like, you can't find your wallet. Y'all, now by this time when Sophie was up, we were sitting like in this middle, like in the middle seat, which was 4 seats in the middle of the plane. And there were 2 elderly German ladies on side of us, y'all. I didn't have that lady next to me with her phone, looking up under the seat, all kind of stuff, checking her purse, all kind of stuff. Like, it wasn't even in her purse, and she still was looking, because that's how I would do too. If something missing on side of me, I'd start looking up looking through my purse and doing all kind of stuff, because I just want you to see, like, I don't have your stuff. So I would just do the same, but the lady was looking up. That time I thinking it rolled under the seat. I thinking it rolled back behind the seat. It was just something. So anyway, I just was like, how could I lose my wallet before we even reached the destination? So you all know that was panic, right? I don't even know how, because for the rest of the trip, I couldn't focus because I was still convinced that somehow my wallet was under the seat, even after I gone to the flight attendants to ask them what was the next step. I was still trying to find the wallet no matter what. Until the flight landed, I was still trying to find the wallet.
You know, when you're home and you're hungry and you keep opening the fridge every hour to see if anything that disappears when you know you're not in there. That's how she do with the wallet. Every 15 minutes, she's back under the seat in her purse. She don't throw everything out the purse now, but she just keep going back, thinking, hoping she overlook it. That up until we land, she's looking for that wallet.
Y'all, up until this point, like with me traveling, y'all, and I didn't travel all over the world. Like I didn't travel so many places. In fact, right before we came on this trip, I was just, I don't remember if it was Sophie or if it was someone else in Freeport when I was just talking about like instances when I travel with people and they leave like stuff on the flight or like stuff at the destination. I was just talking to somebody about that and I was like, oh, like I'm not that kind of traveler. I think I put that on myself because I lost my freaking wallet with my debit card, credit card, and cash. And let me tell you all what was the crazy thing about it. The crazy thing about it was when we land in Doha, I had to go to the pharmacy to get some pads, right? So I was thinking maybe in the pharmacy when I did because I used my credit card for the transaction, I was like, maybe that's where it happened. Like maybe like when I purchased the stuff, like I just left my wallet there. So that was my thing. Like that was my consolation in my mind. I was like, okay, well, if I left it in the pharmacy, I know for sure like they was gonna turn it in. Like even the flight attendant, like when I went to them and told them what happened, they was like, girl, they was like, listen, like no worries. Like if it's any place that your wallet could be left, would be in Qatar airport. But what they say, Qatar. Because we were saying Qatar all along, but Qatar is the official way to pronounce it. And it was like the guy told me, the flight attendant, he was like he lost his wallet like twice and he got it. So I was like maybe they was trying to pacify me, but I didn't care. Like anything was gonna work for me at that point. And they gave us an email and this number. So whilst we was on the flight, Sophie bought the Wi-Fi package so she could be able to send the email to let them know that I left my wallet. So what was like I didn't even know because thank God she was there because she helped me remain calm because I was like, what the hell I supposed to do? Like in my mind I was like, okay, I don't know what I supposed to do on this trip now because I don't have my debit card, my credit card, I don't have nothing. And Sophie was just like, okay, you could always do bank transfer or whatever and just send the money to her Scotia and she could be able to take it off. So I was like, that's true. Like literally, like instantly, like all the panic, like I just calmed down. Like I just went from 1,000 to like, okay, y'all, I ain't calm completely down, but I was like from 1,000 maybe to 150. I was a lot better because I didn't even like in that moment I couldn't think about nothing. I didn't know how this was gonna pan out, and I just was like, God. I just was telling Sophie, I was sitting there thanking God the whole time, and she was like, maybe that's what you was thinking, that's what you say or something, maybe that's what I was thanking God for or something. And I was just like, I was so grateful. I just was sitting there saying how grateful. I just was like just being grateful, like just praying to myself constantly. Y'all, I think really that's what really helped me through all of that same chanting and all that stuff like before that, because listen,
I always tell KK all the time, you gotta be like solution oriented. Don't focus on the problem, focus on, okay, how can we start to solve this? So as soon as she say she lost her wallet, I was like in my head like WTF.
She didn't look like it though.
But I was just like, you lost your wallet. I said, what was in it? And she's like, everything, my card, whatever. I said, you have plenty of cash? She said, I had some cash, but she said, I actually have a cash in an envelope in my purse right here. I put it in my wallet. So I said, okay, so you have some cash in your pocket, in your bag. So you basically left your digital stuff. So she said, yeah. So I said, okay, ID. I said, you have your passport? She said, yeah. I said, okay, so say less. I said, your debit card, your credit card, you got money on you now, and then you have your passport so we can travel. Was okay, if you don't got no passport, how we can get immigration in this country? But you have your passport, okay, cool. So now I just started to think, okay, so I know I have Scotia, she has Scotia. Okay, you could just transfer me money, I could pay for things for you, or I could go to the ATM and give you cash. That's no problem. All we have to do now is try to locate the wallet to see if we need to cancel your cards or lock your cards and freeze your cards or not. And she was automatically in the mood of, hey, I'm gonna call cancel my cards. And I was like, no, don't do that yet. Don't cancel your cards, because if you cancel your cards with Scotia, now your online banking is deactivated, so you can't even make transfers. So I say that's Qatar Like that's a safe place. The people super honest. The flight attendant already tell you like it's a safe airport. We got 2.5 hours more on this flight. Let's send this email and see what happens when we land. Don't panic. Don't do nothing yet. And you better believe, sure enough, when we land and made the phone call to ask about it, they say, check your email. We already emailed you. We found the wallet already. And they could tell us exactly how much money was in her wallet. And then we just started to try to arrange to get the wallet. We wanted them to send it to Bangkok to us, but they said it would take maybe up to 2 weeks. And of course, we weren't going to be there 2 weeks. So we were connecting back in Doha on our way back to Miami. So we said, you know what, we'll arrange to just pick it up on the way back because we can make it work without the wallet. So, you know, that's why I always say sometimes like panic is not good because panic blurs your thinking. You start to, you can't really think it all the way through because you're just moving out of panic. You're reacting and it's not responding. So that's why I tell Keke all the time, you know, I'm a good voice of reason sometimes because I don't really panic because I've been living alone for so long. I'm a problem solver. So I identified the problem and then I said, man, we could get through this, the small things, we could solve it. And I think it helped to calm her nerves. But she wasn't officially calm until we got that email to say they found the wallet and we can get it when we come back. That's when she was able to just have a sigh of relief and be able to say, okay, we can enjoy this trip now.
Yeah, because when we land, like the only thing was I needed Wi-Fi. Like I needed strong Wi-Fi because I needed to, I refreshed my email. That time I didn't even put data on my phone up in the air. Only Sophie had the data and I just keep refreshing my phone. I keep asking, I say refresh it. I say they ain't send email yet. As soon as we hit the floor, I just wanted to put
a SIM card
on my phone because I needed to call these people with the number that the flight attendant gave us. And Sophie worked that out so serious. Like she found a way how to give me a number in Bangkok so that I could be able to call Qatar.
Which brings us to another part of the video really quickly. Airalo. Guys, when you're traveling, you want to make sure you get an eSIM from Airalo. And what I realized during this whole challenge was that there's different types of SIMs you can get. You can get data-only plans, which is what we usually get because we only need data to use WhatsApp. But in this instance, we needed to physically make phone calls and be able to get reached locally. So they also have plans where you can get data, a phone number, and text messages. And here's a hack. The plan that she got with the phone number was cheaper than the data-only plan. She was able to get, I think, 50 gigabytes of data, 100 minutes of calling, and like 100 texts for the same thing I got for 10 gigabytes of data. So that's a hack. So make sure you've got some type of eSIM provider when you're traveling. We use Airalo, so that's the one we're going to talk about. This is not sponsored. They need to sponsor us. But there's a whole lot of different service providers that you can use when traveling to make sure that you can stay connected as soon as you hit the ground, because we didn't have to go look for no vendor to buy a SIM. I was able to connect to the Wi-Fi, download the SIM card, install it, and start making phone calls. So by the time we were in the taxi, we were already on the phone with
the people at
Lost and Found in Doha. So, that was just a part of problem solving so that she could calm down and be able to enjoy her trip. Because I knew they had it. I just knew it would be a matter of time before they told us they found it. But by the time we landed, they had already found it and had already reported it. And they were able to let us know and give us some peace of mind so that, the trip could resume. So, it was a challenge, but it wasn't the end of the world. But it's all about your perspective of how you think about it. Because for a lot of people, that would have been the end of the trip.
Yeah. Okay, so we troubleshoot that, right? And then next up, right immediately thereafter, because remember we in the Uber, going to the Airbnb, doing all of this stuff. So when we reached the Airbnb, so you all know my tolerance then at 0 now. Like I forget, like my tolerance is at 0 now. So I can't, no room for error now at this point. I didn't reach. I sleep. The only thing what I thought about on the whole trip was my wallet. So now I need comfort. I need to be able to at least rest my head for a minute. Y'all, we get in the Airbnb.
She hated it.
If you all see those pictures of this Airbnb, the photos, so bomb. But when you reach inside, like upon closer inspection of the stuff, now remember y'all, we bougie in the budget. So the Airbnb was supposed to be the budget part of the trip. Y'all, we only managed to take a shower in the Airbnb.
Barely.
Managed. That's why I said we only managed to take
And
a
that's
shower.
only because we was dying to bed because we
just
traveling
come
for 25 hours.
Right. So we only managed to shower, and right after that shower, Sophie was on the app looking for a hotel.
Problem solver again, guys. Okay? Problem
Right.
solver
Because
again.
I was telling her, right, so I was trying to be team player because I know we have this bougie and budget thing going on. So I was really trying to like go along with the budget thing because the Airbnb was really friggin' nice. I hope Sophia, if she could insert footage, because the Airbnb was really nice. But I'm not sleeping. Sophie already know I have issues when it comes to certain things. I'm not gonna put my hip on nothing on a couch where I could see stains on it. I'm not gonna sleep in no bed where
the sheets ain't white.
are not white. If I am I'm not going to no hotel. Just listen to me. You know, hotel can have no navy blue sheets for me, no dark sheets. Please, the sheets have to be white because I have to see if these clean. And that's why, y'all, when I go to hotels, I just make sure my makeup or something be left on the sheets. Like, y'all, I just make sure mess up the sheets and the top sheet because I just do that for the person behind me. Because you know why? They have to wash them sheets. I just make sure something on it because when I come over here, you have to wash it for the next person and you all need to do that too. Like put little mess on these sheets so these people have to wash the sheets, okay? That's a hack.
But guys, I mean, like, in all fairness, and hopefully I could be able to insert the clip. The place wasn't terrible.
It was nice, like I said.
You know, the building was a nice building, high rise. You were like on the 20-something floor. Nice loft, two level unit. But the problem with it was just the standard of cleanliness. So it wasn't filthy or nothing, but it just wasn't clean enough to be a rental for people to come in. That was the problem. Like, we don't want to see no soap scum in the shower. We don't want to see no stains on your couch. You know, little things like that might be different if this is your personal space versus renting it to someone else. And like KK said, she already kind of scornful, so it wasn't working out. So she was just saying little things like, oh my God, like you could just tell she was like, could be grossed out. But, so I just started looking for somewhere. I was like, we gonna have to spend the money and I just have to box up else because I can't deal with this for the next 5 years.
Y'all, I really was trying to be like, I was like, no.
She's like, no, we can stay.
We can stay.
Because me, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm a clean person, but I'm like, OCD like AK. Like once I get livable, I fine. I can make do. That one thing with me, I can make do wherever I'm at. I can adjust. I can be in the bougiest environments. I can be in the bottoms, and I'll be fine.
Too, y'all.
I'll be fine. But when she start showing me, pointing out all the little things, I say, okay, this ain't gonna work, and I won't go through this because I don't want to be miserable the whole trip. So let me look for somewhere for us to move to that's reasonable because we already paid for this Airbnb. It's already paid for, and I still looking for something that's nice, that ain't gonna catfish us, but ain't gonna be like crazy. Because remember, this is literally day one of the trip, and we about to go spend double on accommodations. But I was able to find something on the app Agoda, and the only reason I know about that app is from watching YouTube, and that was a recommended app from a YouTuber. So guys, these videos come in handy when you're traveling. And I went to that site first time ever. I went on that site, and I was able to look for something, and we found this small luxury hotel called Moo. Amazing. We went there and it changed the whole dynamic of the trip. When we got there, it was like the trip had really just begun.
Yes.
And all the worries were washed away. And you know, we could have really started having a good time.
It had to been God's hand in this whole thing. It had to been God's hand. I tell you, y'all. Listen to me. Because you know, the trip gone from bougie to bougie. Because you remember now, we bougie in budget. Child, the budget part, God kick out the door because you know, this girl need, like after all this what she done been through mentally, like she just need nice luxury, she need nice service, all that stuff. And oh my God, that hotel is so top tier. I didn't even want to leave to go to my part of the trip, which was Phuket. Like I didn't even care because The hotel was so freaking nice. The employees, everything. Like I think we left good reviews for them. Like everything about the hotel, even the area that it was in, it was like it couldn't have been perfect. Like God just. Listen, you can't worry about things sometimes when things happen. Like even with the whole wallet situation, like if you just continue to stay in an atmosphere of where like you grounded and you trust God and you just keep moving forward. Because a lot of people was messaging me when I finally said what I said at the end of the trip that I lost my wallet. Everyone was like, so much people was like, girl, KK, I don't know how the hell you do it. Because there wasn't going to be no trip. Everyone was saying like, oh my God, that would have been the end of the world for me. I don't care. Like they didn't even care if Sophie could assist them. They would have just been ready to go. Like everyone was saying all kind of things. They was like, I don't know how you did it. But once you stay grounded and stay in that, that realm of, okay, hey, it's gonna be okay. It will. Cause listen, from then on, the trip was on and popping. But fast forward to our last day before Miami, when we went back to Doha, the first thing what we did, because they told us we would have to send an email before we land in Doha for them to, I guess, collect the items or whatever. I don't know. This is just formality.
This is ready for you.
This is just formality.
Pick it up.
So this is the kicker now for the end part of this story. So when we went to where they told us we would be able to collect my wallet, and the girl was ready to turn over my wallet. And I was like, just curious. I say, something just like I wanted to know. I was like, just curious. I was like, where did the person that found the wallet, where did they say they found it? Y'all. This is how I know God is real. Y'all. The person say in the restroom. In the freaking restroom, y'all. Let me tell you something. Had I thought at the beginning of the trip when I lost that wallet, that I left that in the restroom, listen to me, I think I would have lost my mind. Because somehow God allowed me to pacify myself to think that I left it in the pharmacy and the pharmacist or whatever that saw it, like put it up for me or whatever. I left it in the restroom. Someone in the restroom turned my wallet in.
And they didn't touch nothing.
Nothing. I was like, God, you are so amazing.
And I tell KK, I said, you lucky we are on this side of the world, because if you was in America, buddy, I was gone. Gone. Or beautiful. They'd throw that in the garbage first before they turned that in.
Yes. And I would have had a million charges on my, all I would have seen was charges on debit card, charges on credit card.
Mm-hmm. But it worked out. And she got it back, and then that's it. So buy me something to eat tonight.
I just cook.
Out your wallet.
I just cook for,
Out your wallet.
I just cook. So what you want me to buy something for? And I just cook.
Just to see if your cards working.
They working because I didn't use them up. So yeah, guys, that's the story of how I lost my wallet and I found my wallet.
But guess what? We got more stories for y'all.
We got more.
But you gotta like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna upload that video next. So make sure you stay tuned so you're notified when the new story times drop.
Yeah, because y'all, we've been in accidents. We've been in accidents, two accidents. What are the chances?
See y'all on the next video.
Period.